let's talk about why you're not going live enough. Most people are simply not doing it, and you're just missing an opportunity. You know, when I'm live here, I'm not actually looking how many people are watching right now. And I was going to say I don't care, and that's not true. I kind of care, but I'm not bothered if people are watching right now, or if they're watching in 6 months, or if they're downloading the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or Amazon. I don't mind if they're watching the YouTube replay. We now break these down into 4 different sections. So if you're watching this particular section about why you're not going live more, you've missed out on the other 3. And so we pull out those 4 videos and we create individual videos off them. So we're constantly taking content that we've created and then we're repurposing that content. And the whole reason for that is because the more that somebody listens to me, the more that they watch me, the more that they download the podcast and they're listening to me, I'm in their head. Now, if they're driving to work for 45 minutes and they're downloading this and it's a 45-minute podcast, I've now got their more or less sole attention for 45 minutes. Now, they're going to either love me or like me, I suppose. They're going to love me or like me, or they're going to go, oh, can't stand him, I'm not listening to him again. And as we've said many times, that's awesome, because now they will never waste their time with me on a phone call. But those people who like what we do, they're like, yeah, I should have a chat with Dan. Maybe you can help with this, maybe you can help with that. That right there is about us getting attention. And you should be going live as much as you can. One of the really interesting things for me was looking at Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you know Gary, he runs VaynerMedia. And he puts out so much content, and he has done for the last 10 years. And it's interesting looking at Gary today and then looking at his journey for the last 10 days, because everything Gary said has come true about getting attention, about making micro pieces of content, about building awareness. And this is really what your business is about. And one of the best ways to do that is by going live. Now, sometimes people don't want to go live because they don't like the way they look, they don't like the way they sound. You know, on the laptop screen just in front of me, I've got my monitors. I don't like the way I look either. I actually don't care. I'm not keen on the way that I sound, but I'm not listening to myself. Other people are listening. And guess what? When I go to a networking event or speak on stage, guess what I sound like? I sound like this. Nothing's changing. I don't suddenly meet up in real life and go, hello, old boy. You know, my accent is my accent. My face is my face. If I don't like it, I need to go change it. And it's all right. I can live with it. So if you're not going live, if you've not gone live yet and you're worried about going live, you're going to have to find a way of getting beyond that. So one of the easiest ways of doing it is simply to create a podcast where you're not going live on video, but it's just you and a microphone. I'm using a Rode mic here. That would work really, really well, because then you don't even have to be live. You can just pre-record whatever topic you want to talk about. And when we first started up 5 years ago, we've had over 600 episodes now. I dread to think how many hours we've actually spent recording. And I wonder how many clients we've had because of it. I reckon quite a lot. I reckon 80% of our clients came from our live content and our podcasting and so on and so forth. So people worry, I'm worried what someone might think about me. Like, I'm sure people think I'm an absolute idiot, and they might even be correct. But it's nothing to do with me. Sorry, I think that's Track and Trace. Just I got a call coming through, and I think it's Track and Trace, the old NHS. I'm going to have to tell them that I'm in Spain, not in the UK, so it's nothing to do with them. Anyway, so look, you need to bite the bullet. You need to go live a little bit more, and eventually, after your first 100 lives, you ain't going to care. I've gone live walking a bloody dog, for goodness sake. I've had podcasts sat in a cafe and you can hear the beer barrels rolling down the thing. And I even had a guy email me about that one, and I'm like, oh, here we go. It's not going to be good. And he loved it. And it's like, just goes to show it doesn't matter where you are, but it's the content that's the most important aspect. And it's absolutely true. It's all about the content and about getting people to know who you are and getting that attention.